Hi Junior, it's good to see you again after Saturday. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
So we'll start off some nice easy questions. Can you tell me a bit about the prep you had for this fight?
So my main focus really was obviously after having so long out from my injury, I was getting my weight down, getting to a comfortable weight, so it wasn't taking too much out of me during training. So focused a lot on my diet and just getting my weight down first, getting my cardio back up and everything. And then obviously we started on the technique and a lot of drills and things like that, just staying sharp and sharpening up. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned your diet and your weight. How much weight are you expecting to cut leading up to the fight, or do you try and keep feeling natural?
I normally walk around about 85 kilos. I was fighting at 77, so I normally fight at 70, 73 and a half. So I'll diet down to about 77 and then I'll cut the rest through water. This time I only had to diet down to 80 and then cut 3 kilos of water, so it wasn't too bad. It weren't that hard.
Okay. Did you feel better on fight night for that?
Yeah. I didn't feel as jelly, as loose. Sometimes if I've cut too much weight, my body doesn't feel as solid. It doesn't feel as firm. So it was a much better cut this time. Not having to cut so much. It's quite easy. And
you said you had quite a bit of time out. That was because of a hand injury, right? Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, so my last fight, that was last June. Fought for a title on a show called FCC. First round, first punch of the fight, first punch I landed, broke that knuckle. Continued fighting. Second round, caught him again, dropped him again, broke that one. And then, continued fighting and ended up shattering both of them knuckles. That one was literally the bone was out there. Yeah. I managed to. I got some electroacupuncture on it and stuff, cupping and all sorts of different treatments, different therapy, and it managed to pull the bone over. Had physio on it and everything, so it was just working a lot on getting my grip back and getting the bone solid as well. Yeah. So that when I used it again, it didn't break again.
How's it feeling?
So it felt good. It feels good now. Felt good in the fight. Didn't feel any sort of pain or anything like that. Didn't feel it buckle or anything. So I'm happy with it.
So obviously, this has been a long process leading up to this fight. You're working with All Power Gym. How is that relationship between you and your coach?
Oh, coach is mint. My coach is mint. I can't really complain. He gives me all the confidence I need. Works on my flaws. Works on improving my strengths as well. And just improving my all-round game. I've come on since so much since I've been at All Powers in general, and also just over the past year as well. I can see massive improvements in myself as well. So I've got nothing but love for my coach and my team.
Well, yeah, it seemed like there was a great dynamic throughout all the team. Especially something I noticed was just pre-fight, he was very good at sort of giving your individual fighters space and knowing when to talk to them. Yeah. And just seeing that, you could spot it a mile off. Well, look at your results on the night.
He is really good at that, and keeping everyone calm as well. Keeping you calm and keeping your confidence up. Not exerting too much energy before the fight when you're warming up and stuff like that. He likes to keep everyone settled, and he knows how to time it right and time you peaking right during your warm up and stuff as well, which is really good.
Yeah, well, you look cold as ice before that fight. What was sort of going through your mind? How do you get into that mind state?
I can't really explain how you switch on. It's just the more you get to the fight. 'Cause if you'd have seen me before, I was quite tired. I was sleepy when I was at home, just because the nerves were kicking in. So I was just in bed, laying in bed most of the day, and just trying to keep my mind off the fight, watching films and stuff like that. And then on the way to the fight, it's funny because I posted a video on Insta of me raging, ready to go while I'm driving to the fight. And just got a lot of messages, everyone just laughing at me and stuff saying, "Oh, you crazy, blah blah blah." But yeah, when I actually got to the venue and you take everything in, you see the cage, you see the atmosphere, you feel the atmosphere, and everything, it kind of switches you on then, and you zone out of everything else, and just switch, like just get fight focused then, and you're solely thinking on what you're going to do to this person in the fight, what techniques you want to use in him, how you want to perform and things like that, where you're going to do, whether you're going to focus on stand up, whether you're going to go to the ground, whether you're going to mix it up. So you have all sorts going through your mind. I try and keep everything positive though, so it's not worrying about what he's going to do to me. It's all what I'm going to do to him, and how I'm going to react to his movements, how I'm going to react to his striking, stuff like that. And then it all just transitions into the fight. Everything and kind of becomes natural. So you're not really thinking too much while you're fighting. It just happens.
Okay. I saw pre-fight you were like, while you were shadow boxing, there's a lot of like stand up, like moving in and out of range. Yeah. Whereas in the actual fight, it was more grappling involved. Did that surprise you, or were you ready for that?
I was ready for it. Obviously, we didn't really expect it to go to the ground. It just kind of obviously went that way in the fight. I planned on more striking and just showing my striking, just working, because obviously I've been working a lot on using my distance and everything, so I wanted to see how that played out in the fight. So that's why in the warm-up, that's what we was focusing a lot on. We did do a lot of groundwork and stuff like that, and obviously I'm comfortable on the ground.
It showed.
So obviously, it went to the ground, so just all right. I stay relaxed, stay calm, and just pick my shots. Don't gas myself out. Don't think, 'cause obviously it's my first time doing 3 5-minute rounds, so just have to pace yourself and that, feel it out and see how you go.
Yeah, well, relaxed is definitely the word. From where we were, it looked like your opponent managed to get close to an armbar. He was working towards it.
He surprised me with that one. He did surprise me with that. He actually had it sunk in. If he would have like extended his hips, he probably would have been able to like have me stuck in a pretty bad position. But I've been in them positions before, so I know how to get out of them. I know how to stay calm. I've just lifted him up, placed him back down with my knee on his face, making him feel uncomfortable. And making them feel uncomfortable, like around the jawline and stuff like that. They forget about their hips and they forget about what they were initially trying to do. And because he would have been focusing too much on the pain of my knee in his face. So that kind of helped me out. And then I managed to get out and give him some strikes.
Your coach was talking a lot about landing elbows. Obviously, that's new to you as a professional. Yeah. Did you take that on board during the fight, especially on the ground?
Yeah, I threw a few elbows anyway. I kind of, because obviously I've had 8 amateur fights, we're not been allowed to throw any elbows and stuff. So it's just adding that additional tool to the toolbox. So I managed to get like a few elbows. I've caught him with a few, missed a few, and that. But obviously, the more I fight, the more I get comfortable with the elbows, they'll all come.
Yeah, I know a lot of people sort of struggle that way because even like in sparring, you don't really throw elbows at training purpose, do you? So actually execute.
You've got to be quite, if you're going to throw, because we're with me and my training partners, we're smart fighters, and we're very controlled in what we do, so we can throw elbows and not catch you properly. We can simulate the elbows and stuff like that, or we can like take it just miss and stuff. So it's all about your control and stuff, like when you're in training, and that not getting too aggressive with it. Just light and technical. That's how we like to do.
How do you relax after the fight? Obviously, you were talking about getting yourself in that mind state before. What about afterwards?
After the fight, all the adrenaline just leaves you. It's like it feels like a weight's come off your shoulders, so all the pressure's gone, all the adrenaline just flows out of you and everything, and it's more excitement and happiness then. It's kind of like going on holiday. When you've been waiting to go on holiday for months as a kid, and you're waiting to get out there, and then you actually finally get there, and it's like, right, I'm here now. I can relax. I can enjoy it. I can get to the beach, can play in the sand and things like that. So. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling, but it's a good feeling.
Well, a lot like a holiday. You brought your family with you as well this time.
Yeah.
How does that like play into? Is it on your mind or?
It used to get to me a lot, and it did affect some of my performances in my earlier fights. Just because knowing that I've got a lot of people coming to watch me, didn't really want to let anyone down. I didn't really want to have like any rubbish performance. So yeah, just it used to play on my mind a lot. But now I kind of just zone out then. I not zone out now, and I just don't think about it. I just go in there, think about having fun in there. Win, lose or draw. Obviously, I've been on the winning side. I've been on the losing side, so I know what the feeling's like now. So it don't really bother me anymore. I just go in there to fight. Sort of getting good fights, good solid fights, and entertain people.
Are they supportive with you day to day?
Yeah, very supportive. Like obviously, my mum and everyone, they don't really like me fighting, but they still support me either way. Yeah. They come and watch all my fights. Always cheering me on, always encouraging me and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good.
I think a lot of the time it's sort of feels a bit more intense, like watching it than actually.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I'm the same. Like when I'm watching my training partners and I'm cornering them or I'm just watching their fights and stuff, like I build up a lot of nerves as well, and I get nervous for them as well. So I know like how my family feels watching me fight, because I feel the same watching my training partners and my friends fight as well.
How much MMA do you watch in your spare time?
I watch a hell of a lot. I watch videos on my phone, watch YouTube, things like that. Always watching UFC, Bellator, Cage Warriors, some of the bigger promotions, ONE FC and stuff like that. So yeah, I do follow quite a lot. Always, and just because I like to watch different fighters and watch their styles, and just watch how they perform, how they adjust in the fights, how they go against different body types and things like that.
And how did you get into the sport?
Well, it was down to one of my friends actually. He went and watched like a class. Wasn't really interested. Didn't really look like it. Like he'd enjoy it. I was then doing a personal training course with my best friend, and then we got speaking to one of the guys that was on the course who did MMA. And he was telling us about it, telling us to come down and stuff. So went down, did a class, first session. It was a good class and everything, and then I ended up rolling my ankle at the end of the class. And then since that, yeah, took a week off, ankle healed, went back, started training again at that gym. I trained there for about 3 months, and then I moved on to another gym where I was for a few years, and then that gym closed, and then joined Armbar, and then yeah, it's gone from there.
Okay. And do you find like moving around gyms helps to round you out as a fighter? Yeah,
it does, yeah, massively. Since joining the Armbar team as well, I've trained at quite a few gyms alongside Armbar. A lot of different body types, a lot of different styles and stuff like that, and I think that's what's helped to bring my game on as well, because it's good to obviously it's good to have your regular training partners, but then you get used to each other, so you can kind of read each other, you get each other's timing and get each other's movements and things like that, so you end up hitting a stalemate. So it's good to mix it up all the time, so you're getting different styles, different timing, different body types and stuff like that, and your brain's always having to adapt then, and always having to think and learn and adjust really quick.
Yeah. And is there anything particularly you're working on at the minute?
Nothing specific. I just work on everything. I just try and work on everything as much as I can. Improving my ground game is one of my goals for the year. So I want to take that up a level, and that's what I'll be focusing on going forward now. It's getting my ground game a lot better. So
you mentioned you train at a lot of different places. We've got J7 here. Is this where you do most of your strength and conditioning?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Javino, I spoke to him not long before my last fight. Couldn't really get to do much prep with him before the last one. But then, yeah, I started getting in. As soon as my hand was better and I was right enough to start training, jumped straight in with Javino. He's took me leaps and bounds in my movement and everything, my conditioning and that. I get my main MMA training at Armbar. I also train with a friend of mine at his gym, which is Anshe MMA. And then I do my own cardio stuff as well at another gym in Middleton, Exercise for Less. Do my cardio and stuff there, a bit of strength work and that, and then I do my sprints and stuff as well. And then I just use the roads as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Pleasure's mine.
Thank you.